Hello again, grade 5 students. In this video, we're going to get to know the names of the bones found inside of our body. Of course, as most of you already know, this is the skull. It protects your brain. Your brain is sitting inside of your skull, and your skull is not one piece of bone. It's actually many pieces of bones that fit together just like a puzzle. This is your jaw. Your jaw is actually a very strong bone, and it's connected to your skull, and of course you use it to talk and to chew food. So this is known as the jaw. Next we have the rib cage. It's a cage that's made out of ribs. So these bones that you see here, the thin long bones, they're called ribs. As you can see, if you look closely, the last two ribs are called floating ribs because they're not connected to the front of your cage. They're just like floating. So this is the rib cage. As we already know, it protects two important organs, which are the heart and the lungs. Now these are the shoulder bones. Of course, you have two of them, and they're very important because they allow your arms to be connected to your rib cage. So these are the shoulder bones. You can feel them on your back side. Also, to attach our arms better to our rib cage and body, we have the collar bones. They're collar bones, like the collar of a shirt. It's called the collar. That's why, because it touches your collar bones. So you can feel them right under your neck area. And they're kind of long and thin. So you have two collar bones and two shoulder bones. Now, in the middle of your rib cage, you can see the breastbone. It's colored here in pink. So it's like a flat bone just in the middle of your rib cage. And all the ribs, they come up from the back to the front side and they connect to your rib cage. So in this picture, you can see the two shoulder bones, you can see the two collar bones, you can see the breastbone, you can see the ribs, and the last two floating ribs are seen clearly. Of course, you already know about the backbone. You can also see it, and you can see the pieces of cartilage between every vertebra bone of your backbone. Of course, you already know about the backbone. We studied about it when we talked about the nervous system. We said that it protects your spinal cord, and we said that it's not one long bone, of course, or else you wouldn't be able to bend your back. It's many pieces of bones called the vertebra bones. So every bone in your backbone is called a vertebra. Now, this is the pelvis. The pelvis also isn't one piece of bone. It's several pieces of bones, and this is where your urinary bladder sits, and it's in your hip. It's a very wide and flat bone found in your hip area. So again, this is the pelvis. In our last video, we talked about the femur. If you remember, we said that the femur, it's the longest and strongest bone in your body. Your femur is the bone that's found in your upper leg, the femur. The kneecap, it's a round or oval flat bone that's found between your upper leg bones and your lower leg bones. It's there, it's like a knee pad. It protects the bones because people might fall down a lot and crack their upper leg or lower leg bones. So for extra protection, to protect those bones, we have this bone called the kneecap. or also called the patella. The patella is the more scientific name. The more common English name is the kneecap. So kneecap or patella. Our lower leg is actually made up of two bones, the tibia and fibula. The tibia and fibula. The tibia is thicker than the fibula. The tibia is the one towards the inside of your body. It's the one that's towards your toe bones, okay? So it's kind of thicker and stronger. So you have two bones in your lower leg, the tibia and fibula. Now these are the bones of your foot and your toes. You actually have 26 in each foot. So you have about 52 bones inside of your foot. So that's a lot of bones. Now we still have to talk about the arms. The bones in your arm, the upper arm, is called the humerus. So the humerus is the scientific name for the bones, for the bone found in your upper arm, the humerus. Now your lower arm, just like your lower leg, is also made up of two bones, the radius and ulna. The radius and ulna. The radius is the one that's towards your thumb, and the ulna is the one that's towards on the same side as your pinky finger. So the radius and ulna are the two bones of your lower arm. Finally, we have the hand and finger bones. An interesting fact is that you have 28 bones in each hand. So that's 56 bones just in your two hands and 52 bones just in your 2 feet. So more than half of your bones are actually found just inside of your 2 hands and your 2 feet. Remember, we have 206 bones, and more than half of these bones are just in our hands and feet. The others, of course, are distributed between the skull, the pelvis, the backbone, the rib cage, the arms and legs, and shoulder. Now, the assignment that you have to do and turn back into me is you have to label these 15 bones. You have the word bank at the top to help you label them. Just label them. If you don't have a printer, then you can simply fill in the answer key and send it, or take a picture of the answer key and send it to me. So again, all you have to do is just look at the picture, look at number 1, and here write the name of the bones shown in the picture for number 1, and do the same for from 1 till 15, and then of course send me your work. I hope you guys understood the lesson about the names of bones. Thank you.